I think pretty much anybody can agree that being a parent is a full-time job. I know you'll agree if you've been a parent or you are a parent that it is a full-time job. But what happens when you actually decide to do this full-time, to be a stay-at-home parent? Well, that's what we're going to find out as we talk to Carolina, who is a stay-at-home mom who actually gets grief about it. We'll spend a little time walking in her shoes. Well, welcome. A pleasure to have you with us. Thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me here.
And I'm saying especially thank you because I could see you were very much with child. How far along are you?
So I am 32, almost 33 weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this is your fourth.
My fourth baby, yeah.
Okay, now we ask people who have a story that they would like to tell to reach out to us, and you did, and I was surprised with the issue that you deal with. So talk to me about this. You get grief about the fact that you chose to be a stay-at-home mom. Give me an example.
Well, when I found out that I was having a fourth baby, which was completely planned, it's my husband and I wanted a big for today's day, a big family. Some of the responses I got were, excuse me, you've wasted your life.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You've wasted your life by being a mother?
Well, by the fact that, I'm this age that I am and I don't have a career or I don't have something like that on my resume. People would say, like, okay, well, you should probably get your tubes tied now. And
wow.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Now, who? I mean, is this family, friends?
Family.
Family that actually says it to you. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is it men or is it other women?
Both.
Both who tell you that you've wasted your life. Now, tell me, what are they doing? Are they first of all, are they parents and are they career people?
They're parents. They've had careers.
When I say career people, because being a mom is a career.
It is. Yeah.
So when I say career people, I mean like outside the home, the home work.
Yeah, outside the home work. And I think that it's the comments that people say as well as a tone that I've noticed that I think is also unintentional from other people, just peers or friends. I think there's such a great momentum for women to have the choices in their lives that it's almost forgotten that there's still value in all the choices. And so I think that, I know that for my family, for example, a lot of the concern, at least what I tell myself, is it comes out of love. This desire, like, well, they want to make sure I'm doing what I want to do or that I'm financially prepared if anything happens to my husband, that I would be okay. And I think that a lot of people have expectations as well. They have
expectations about what it is that you should be doing.
Exactly.
Okay, let me go back for just a minute. Now, was this always your plan when you were, a junior in high school and you're deciding what you're going to do in a year after you graduate? What was the plan?
So I would say when I was in high school, I was very focused on my academics, and I think that was where maybe some of the big disappointment came from. Is thinking, okay, well, Carolina does all these AP courses, gets these test scores. She must, of course, be destined to do quote unquote big things and make big dollars. And so, yeah, of course, I didn't plan. What can you plan really? And so, of course, I wanted to get a career, but ultimately, since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a mom. And I knew that if I became a mom, I wanted to be home with my kids. And so, go ahead.
Was your mother a stay-at-home mom?
She wasn't, not when I was a little girl.
And did you feel like you missed out because she wasn't? Or are there things that, are there regrets that she has, do you think, about not being a stay-at-home mom?
No, I know she loves her career, and that's great that she got to choose differently than her mother, right? And have that choice. I don't know if I necessarily missed out, mainly because I stayed with my grandmother. And so that was kind of still like being at home with family. But just for me, I just knew I wanted to be with my kids.
Can I ask your age?
I'm 27.
You're 27. Now, I'm thinking about the people saying you can have your tubes tied and all of this kind of stuff. When my mom was your age, my mom had 4, you know, and I think I was telling you this. We were the small Catholic family. We ended up with 5 kids. We were the small, it was 9, 10. We were the small Catholic family. But I guess this is just how times change, I guess, because when you back in the 60s and 70s and even into the 80s, 27, 28, 29, women had families were much larger. Your peers, the people who you grew up with who are your age, the people you went to school with, are they parents, most of them?
No, not most of them, not even. I would say.
Are they married, most of them?
I'm starting, now Facebook is starting, you know, because you keep up on Facebook, and now I'm seeing the weddings show up and engagements show up, or maybe first children, people are having them. My story was a little different because I was a single mom. So I was 19, almost 20 when I had my first son, and I was a single mom with him. I met my husband when he was 2, and then we wanted to grow our family.
And now, did you decide on how many, or did you just say, well, you know, we just want to have a big family, as many as the good Lord gives us?
No, we said we wanted 4 to 5, but always keeping it open to anything, you know, feeling like, okay, I actually think we feel complete, or maybe we got in one over our head, or, you know, and so we've always stayed open-minded. We knew we wanted 4 to 5, just, you know, that's just our personal
your personal choice.
Yeah, and so.
Are there other women your age who you know, or who are in your circle, who are in the same position you are, who, you know, are stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home moms by choice?
That I personally spend time with? No, they're not typically my age. They're typically a bit older.
A little bit older? How much older? 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, I would say so.
In that range. Okay, earlier you talked about, because of what your grades were and you had AP courses and so forth, that there was disappointment in the minds of some folks because they expected they had other expectations of you. Who was disappointed, and did they actually use the word disappointed?
You know, it's different family members that I'd rather not, you know,
of course,
publicly call out of respect to them. But
yeah, I'm not asking for names. I'm just saying it's immediate family, that kind of thing.
Oh, it's immediate family.
About.
Yeah,
these distant cousins.
Yeah, no, it's immediate family. And some words have been, you know, very clear. A lot to others in attitude, or, you know, just involvement in my life or my family's life.
Is it hurtful?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
What goes through your mind when somebody says something like that? Do you bite your tongue, or do you
It depends
respond?
on the situation. I'm definitely a very feisty person, and I'm one who will.
You got 3 boys. I'm sure you're a feisty person.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm very justice oriented, but I'm also big on letting go of the things that I can't change. And choosing what will and will not affect my life.
You pick your battles.
Exactly. And so if it came to something that were to be harmful to my children, I would fight tooth and nail. But for a lot of things, I just make a mental note and think like, okay, if that's how you feel, I don't need to invest time into this relationship if that's what you think about my family, because I have 3, almost 4 kids. I literally don't have the time.
Yeah, clearly. I'm surprised you're here.
Oh no, this is exciting. I'm like, I got a babysitter. I was like, bye.
Are they aware that it's hurtful, that they would challenge your lifestyle? And it's interesting too, because today when you use the word lifestyle, you don't think that being a stay-at-home mom with 3, 4 kids is a lifestyle. You think of other things. Yeah. But are they aware? Have you ever said, you know, it hurts me when you say things like that to me?
Yeah.
And how do they respond?
You know, it's normally, I can tell that maybe the words just aren't as clear to them, or they don't quite even understand why they're feeling what they're feeling, and that's where I try and extend grace and just assume, like, you know, I really do think that they're probably in their minds thinking the best for me, and they're just missing, or they don't understand that a woman who does have because that's the great thing, is I know I could have the world at my disposal if I wanted, and my husband knows too. If I wanted to go back to school, or if I wanted to go have a career, no one could stop me. No one in this world could stop me. But I choose to stay at home, and I think for some people that they don't understand why that's where I chose to be. I think that after, I think maybe like my parents' generation, my grandparents, like my grandmother, she had 9 children, and there was nothing forced, but at the same time, there wasn't really a choice, right? That was just what a woman did. It's what you did. And so I think that you look at that and I want people to be able to have a choice, but that doesn't always have to mean it's going to be the opposite of what someone did before.
Right. Okay, to close, if there was one thing that you would want to say to all those people who don't understand, why a 27-year-old woman in the 21st century who can do whatever she wants would want to do this, what would you say to them to try to help them to understand?
I would say to look at a mother and any woman, any man, any role, and see the human side of it. That there is value in all life, regardless of what they're doing, that there's a background there, and that there's humanity in that. And you fight for people to have the choice to pursue things that make them happy. And if you see that happiness, to celebrate it. Even if it's different than what you would do or what your personal beliefs are or what you would make in their shoes, celebrate the freedom and the happiness that you see in someone else's life.
Carolina, congratulations on your 4th child.
Thank you.
And thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.